All right, it's Hilary here at 91X's Wrex the Halls.
People are excited.
So excited. We're having no fun at all, right?
No, I can't tell. Yeah.
This is Jim Adkins of the Jimmy Eat World.
Hey. Thank you. Thank you.
How are you, Jim?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank
This
you.
is day 2 for you guys.
Yeah, it is.
Are you going crazy yet? Or are you?
I'm a little tired, but I'm good. I'm like on adrenaline now.
Okay,
because
that's cool.
Tonight's gonna be awesome.
Sleep like a baby tonight.
I really am. But the lineup tonight is, the lineup last night was great. It was like Beck, Band of Horses, Glass Animals, and they all ruled. But tonight, you guys are here, Jimmy Eat World, and Pierce the Veil and Blink, like hometown heroes, and then
Yeah.
AFI stepping in.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Huge. But you're on night 2 as well, right? Didn't you play last night? Or on your night like
you kind of never
402?
clock out of this gig. We're sort of
Yeah.
playing all the time.
Okay. How was last night's show, though?
Last night was great.
Okay.
It's
Awesome.
just crazy. Like the we're traveling around most of December here playing like a lot of festival type gigs, and it's cool because you get to see people that are on tour that you miss at home because you're on tour.
Oh, yeah.
Like the AFI dudes, I haven't seen them in a long time, and they were on last night, so I got to hang out with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Davey actually, when we called him up to ask them to fill in for Kaleo, and we needed, all of a sudden Kaleo had to cancel because their drummer's really sick, and so called up Davey, and he's like, well, actually, I was planning on coming to San Diego to have dinner with Jim, and we were going to go to Kindred and all this stuff. I was coming down anyway, so.
Yeah, we had plans to Antique in the morning.
I'm sure you did. Nice. Awesome. I love a good antiquing before a rock show. So I really do. Integrity Blues is your, it just came out in October. Is it your 9th album, Jim?
Yeah, it's our 9th studio album. Came out October 21st.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
There were like 3 big albums right in a row on those Fridays in October. You guys, Kings of Leon and Green Day, I think all came out right in a row. But I wanted to ask you, okay, so it being your 9th studio album, so does Jimmy Eat World have kind of like a system, like how you like to write and record and get it done, or do you try and do it differently for each album?
We try to do it differently. I think going into Make Integrity Blues, it was important for us to try something different.
Because why?
Well, because it's our 9th album, and I think we needed a little bit of there had to be like a deeper reason to do it than just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've kind of gotten comfortable with our process up until this point, so it was important to do something different.
And so what did you do that was different?
Well, normally, one thing that was different is we normally, we have our own studio in Phoenix, and we're pretty into recording ourselves. And in the past, I think every record since Clarity, we have recorded and re-recorded ideas for songs like 5 or 6 times before anyone hears it, before we look for outside help, like with mixing or producing. And, I guess that's good and bad, because like you have a really good idea of what the songs are going to be like, but a lot of the choices, a lot of the production calls, and a lot of like the creative things that just make it special are kind of baked in the cake already. And you're just trying to beat the recordings you've already made. There's not a lot of room for pure spontaneous kind of work that way. Okay. So going into Make Integrity Blues, what we did is there was a couple songs that were fleshed out into more or less of a real songs status, but most of the stuff was scraps, like ideas that have been around for a while, or like scratch pad stuff that's like, here's a riff, or here's like 40 seconds of something that for whatever reason we've just held on to it because we felt like it had potential. And we just picked the things that we thought were like on a gut level the most interesting, and said, okay, here's what we're going to make our album.
And then
it was like,
you were like writing it while you were in the studio, kind of.
Yeah.
Based on those.
It was a lot faster. It was like instead of doing all the work and then just trying to beat the work you've done, it was like, well, writing, recording, for real is going to be all in one like swoop.
And was that at your Phoenix studio still? Is that where
No. We went to L.A. and worked in different studios over there with a guy named Justin Meldal Johnson, who has produced a bunch of varied artists.
Right on.
Yeah.
And did you like him? Like, did that go well?
Yeah,
the record's great. It
thanks.
sounds, yeah. And
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he had great ideas and was totally on board with us making something new, not shying away from you know what happens, like, I think when you've done like something creative for a really long time, it's like you develop a competency with what you want to do. And that's based on your strengths, and you don't even realize you're doing it. But sometimes, like when you're faced with a puzzle or a problem, you just sort of execute the solution to that based on your strengths, and you don't even realize that you're just doing it, instead of asking yourself, like, is this the best, or is this just what I know how to do? And that could mean like maybe there's a better way to approach something, but it just requires effort that you're not used to.
And so
he was on board. Well, he was on board.
Yeah,
he was on board with we wanted that, and he was on board with helping us to like see those paths instead of the easy way.
That's awesome. That's so.
We just killed the party in the room with this.
I know. It's fascinating. No, it really is though. It's interesting because this is stuff, like, as a fan, I get the record and I get to hear the record and I like the record, but the stuff that goes on behind it and like the reason why it sounds like it does and why it is different as your 9th album, and it's fascinating to me. So it's not killing the party.
Yeah. Oh no, great.
Yeah.
That's good.
No. So now that it's out, are you guys just touring like crazy? Jimmy World, Crazy Time Tour?
Yeah. We're just.
You could call it that if you wanted.
Crazy Worldwide Tour.
Crazy Time Tour.
Crazy Time 2017.
Yeah,
that's what's going to be
called.
called.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we're going to South America for the first time to play the Lollapalooza festivals there next spring.
Nice.
And we're going to Australia in January.
Awesome.
We're going to be like on the road pretty much all year next year.
And is that fun for you? You like being on the road?
Yeah,
all the time?
Performing is a huge part. Performing and traveling is a huge part of like what makes things fun for us.
Right on.
And it's just great. Yeah.
Good. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Have fun on all these upcoming tours and
yeah,
shows.
thank you very much. And thanks for having us on tonight. This is going to be so great.
Thank you for being here. We're so happy you're
here.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Really. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for being here. Jimmy Eat World, Jim Adkins.
Oh, we're still raging.
We are live from Wrex the Halls, night number 2, 91.